Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I have been wanting to share this recipe with you guys for so long, but it's just the right time because guess what we're making apple pie. No, we're not gonna call it that, we'll call it chapel pie because we're actually make apple pie with a little twist. It's make from chocho. So we'll call it. Tell me in the comments what you think. Should I call it pie here? I'm not come up with a name yet, but a girlfriend of mine suggested chapel. What do you think? This is the Decor and Lifestyle Center. Alright, so the butter we need to cut up. So we've prepped everything and I've measured everything in the interest of time because I just want to move this along as quickly as possible. Alright, so we're going to be cutting the butter into really small cubes. This butter looks like it can get soft and you might stick it back into the fridge. Because you really want to use cold butter for your crust to be nice and flaky. You have to use cold butter. This one is getting a little too soft in the prep that I was doing to set up for all of this. But not to worry, I'll just stick it in the freezer for a quick second. So a couple weeks ago, I have a neighbor's daughter who goes to one of those traditional high schools and she is doing foods, right? And she made a pie. And she said, Auntie, I want you to taste this pie. So I'm just going to be going on with it. You can see what I'm doing here in the interim, right? So Auntie, I want you to taste this pie. Well, make I tell you, the pie crust was to die for. So of course, you know, I did my recipe that I had for my pie crust. I wouldn't sister I don't feel it really. I ditched that recipe because guess what guys, for our recipe after the better. Right? It was so flaky and nice. So here we are adding a little bit of salt, looking like about half teaspoon of salt. And then her recipe also calls for a little shortening. So this is 2 1/4 tablespoon of shortening. So this goes along with the butter, right? And from my own experience, guys, I like when my crust, I realize when I make the pie crust and I don't add a little bit of sweet in there, sometimes it tastes a little flat. So what I have done, and a lot of these things, you know, guys, I have just tried over the years and see what works, right? So this is the salt in the food processor. And this is 2 1/4 tablespoon of ice cream sugar. I like to add to my pie crust. Just give it a little sweet. And then of course I'm adding my shortening. Shortening added. And then we're going to be adding 2 1/4 tablespoon of ice water. I hope this is still cold enough. 1, 2, and 1/4. So the measuring spoon over here, so I can just eyeball it and put a little water in there. What do you think? And if this is a pie that you're considering, I think you should consider to make this pie. Right? So this looks like half. And we're going to just pour that for good measure, right? Of course, you can always add more ice water if needed. So I'm going to run for the butter and put it in here. Butter is feeling a little bit colder, a little firmer. It's not bad. Oops, I wonder if I see that a while ago. I lost a piece. But we all know we're going to the kitchen, right? And then now we're going to just lock our food processor and just pulse. Hold on, let's do a little clean up here. So guys, I'll adjust this and tell you how much more water I have to add to it. And you can't put too much in it because the dough will be too soft. So the idea is really to get this to look like I'm trying the young lady's recipe, but we're gonna be going with it. Because I've made enough pies in my life for me to know that this is fine. Alright, so we're gonna wrap this up in some saran wrap and foil and just place it in the fridge so it can stay nice and cool. But we're gonna be moving on to filling next, so stay tuned. So we're cutting up. This is the amount that we have already, but I'm using all 4 chocho. And you just have to ensure that you cut and you get out even this middle piece, you have to get this out. Alright, so you just cut it down like that and just go through again and just be thorough about cutting off all the skin, because you don't want to be biting into this when you're cutting into your pie and want to enjoy it, right? It's a little firm on the outside, the skin, so you don't want any of that in the pie. So you just continue to cut until you've completed all 4 chochos. And guys, well, most of the ingredients are going to be measured and thinking in terms of the crust, because that is really an exact science. Not so much for the filling. When I taste it and it's alright, that's when I'm fine. But you can add as much or as little spice as you would like. So you know you're ordering it to your personal taste. So guys, this is what it looks like. And as you can see, they're getting a little bit transparent. But when they're done, it should be al dente and full of flavor. Oh, the other spice that you can also add to this, guys, is a little grated nutmeg. So you could add a little of that too if you so desire. So guys, I'm going to be adding some cornstarch. I've already added some, but it could take a little bit more thickness, so I'm adding a little bit more. And the chocho can still cook some more, so I'm allowing it to just stay there and hang out. When it's cooked, then we'll just leave it to cool. So we're going to be covering it back and just leave it on low. This is my pastry mat. I've had this for years because I used to do a lot of cake decorating. I have this pastry mat, and what this does is really help with cleanup. And here's the pie dish that I'm going to be using. You have to also just your rolling pin. So guys, I divided the dough into 2. 1/2 of it is for the bottom and then the other half is for the top. But I'm going to be using 1/2, so this one will still remain in the refrigerator. Filling is done and it's cooling. See that? Just your rolling pin and then you roll. And the less you handle the dough, guys, the better it will be. So you just want to roll. By right, I should just be rolling. Just leave it where it is and just roll. Alright, so once it starts sticking, you just add a little bit more flour to your rolling pin. And some persons will use cornstarch. So tell me in the comment section, what would you change about this recipe? And of course, it's not unusual for the crust to tear. Sorry, when you're doing it, it's not unusual, right? So don't panic. And then this should be pretty good for my pie dish. You see? And sometimes when I roll it out, if it don't make it all the way, yeah, this is pretty good. So you just get a pairing there. And you just pair right around. And then, because of the pastry mat, you can also just leave it where it is. Try and control some of the mess, and you just roll it over. Roll it over, and then you just feed it right back. So for the persons who don't have a pastry mat, I understand. Sometimes I just put it in the bottom of the dish and just use my finger and just spread it. The dough is a little bit soft, and I knew that when I was doing it. Big pie. This is not about perfection. This is about trying something new. And you need all of these little parts. Don't use them at all. You're going to need it. And it's still a little warm, and that's alright because it's actually going into the oven to be. That's so good. You try and get up as much of it as possible. And then you even it out. See that? If you're going to be trying this in the comments, let me know in the comments, guys, if you are inspired to try this. It's actually pretty easy but really tasty. So you're rolling it over top of the pie shell. So you bring it as close as possible to the pie, and then you got the excess flour. You really don't want this to be on the pie. Now that it will make a difference because you actually use cornstarch to thicken it. So you don't have to be too hard on yourself. So you line it up, the pan, with the shell. Sometimes you have to push it over all the way through, just to make sure so by the time you lift, it is right over top. You see that? And then you just peel. There you go. And you just make sure that you finish the top with the bottom. We still have some more that I could just roll out, and I have some cutters. Let me see if I can find it. And these are cutters that I use for cakes. I used to use these a lot of time. So I have a few heart shapes here, and I'm just going to use. Just roll them out and cut them. Look like it has been through Noah's Ark. So then you have to use a fork now to put some air holes in the pie, so that it will let out the steam. Okay? Or you can use a paring knife if you don't want to see the holes in there. You can use a paring knife and just put a few holes in there so the steam will come out. is ready for the oven.
And there it is in the oven, doing its thing. Final few moments.